Open your eyes.
I'm not gonna lie. I was on Twitter. I was not paying attention. Okay. Hey, chat. Oh my god. It feels weird to be streaming again. Hold on. Okay. I don't think I've streamed with my glasses on before. Okay, so the glasses I normally wear. Wait, hold on. Is my mic on? Is everything good? Okay, yeah, it looks fine. Okay, so these are the glasses I normally wear, but literally look at how much they glare. So, I think it's because they're prescription, but they're also blue light. So I think that's why, maybe that's why they glare less. I don't know, but these glare a lot. So yeah, not wearing them. I miss streaming, kinda. To be honest, I've been kind of vibing though. It's been nice to have like a lot of free time and not having to worry about content at all. Content wasn't a chore. It's just like it was nice to relax, you know. Finals are coming up. Good luck. Good luck to myself too. My biology final's done. I have to finish like every other final though. I actually have to email one of my teachers about it. Yeah, so I'm just vibing. Okay. So the thing is, oh, stream's lagging. Okay, so I haven't like, I hope you're doing good today. Thanks. I hope you're doing good too. What was I saying? Okay. So, I've missed streaming, but also, yeah, it's been nice having my own time. What else? There was something else. Oh yeah, I've been like wanting to get kind of into content again, and especially because like summer's coming up, so it's like I'm gonna have more time. So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I don't know. The last time I said like, "Oh my God, summer's coming up." Last time I said that, I didn't stream for multiple months. That's why it happens like literally every time I promise to start making content too. So I stopped. And we'll see how it goes this time. I'm not promising anything, but here's to hoping. Um I was playing my ukulele earlier. I could do it now. Kinda don't want to though. Let's see. Let's open YouTube. What can I react to? Not react. I'm not a reaction YouTuber. Um, what do I normally watch? What did I watch last time? Oh my god. Wait. What did I watch last? Oh, I watched Gordon Ramsay. I can do that again. I haven't watched Gordon Ramsay in a while. I don't think I want to though, to be honest. I also kind of updated this playlist. I have to go through it more though. My I kind of want to take this song out because it's my starting tune song. So it doesn't feel right to have it in the playlist. Sometimes I find out like one of the artists I enjoy, I find out they're DMCA free and it's really great. Which one? Oh, this is okay. Can I move this a little bit? It's kind of bothering me how close it is to like the other thing. I kind of don't want to listen to this song either. Buttercup. Okay, I want to do something, but I also kind of just want to chill and talk, but I don't have anything to talk about. So, let's see. Conversation topics. I didn't do anything today, so I can't even, you know, I can't even use that because I didn't do anything. I watched my little brother. It was fun. I cleaned my room. Also, I was gonna say, but I forgot. This normally I have something right here. It's like a big thing with a lot of pictures. But I took it down. I don't know if I want to redo it or if I want to put something else there. We'll see. I also kind of want a new webcam, but this one's fine for now. I could get another one. No, I can't. I'm poor. Anyways, um, yeah, okay. Um, do you remember the first novel you ever read? If so, what was it? I don't know. I don't remember. Next question. Um, I remember there was one book I read. What was it called? The City of Embers. The City of Ember. I think. I think it was this one. It was. That one was good. I kind of want to reread it. I read it in like what, third grade. This is young adult fiction. It was really cool. I read it in like third grade though. No. It's great. It's reading level 3 to 8. Okay, it makes sense. I was like, why is it young adult? That doesn't make sense. Um, what is your favorite thing about your personality? This is a basic question, and I never know the answer. My favorite thing is I kind of want to turn the music up. It looks like it's quiet on OBS. Maybe I should just listen. Hold on. Let's unmute Twitch. Oh, wait, it was already unmuted. Oh, it's just muted here. Wait, I have to pause the music real quick. Wait, I have to pause the music real quick. Wait, I have to pause the music real quick. Okay, I think that's fine. Oh my god, wait, I didn't mean to close the tab. I'm a little silly. I had Panda Express. It was so good. Panda Express, you never know. Well, it depends. Sometimes they're out of orange chicken, and it's like, what's the point of going? You know? Oh. So much has happened since I stopped streaming. That's not really true. When did I stop streaming? I last streamed a month ago. I started accidentally streaming once a month, and that's when I would come back, and I would never, you know. I only stream once a month, and then I disappear. I started using Twitter less even, which is weird because I love Twitter. Okay, anyways, back to the question. My favorite thing about my personality, I feel like I'm chill. I think I'm a chill person. Yeah, anyways, if you could have a fictional superhero for a best friend, who would it be? I don't know. I'm not really into superheroes like that. Don't kill me. Um, I don't know. Probably Miles Morales. We would just click. But I could get along with any superhero who isn't rich. I feel like. What color would you choose to describe yourself? I've thought about this a lot, and I've came to the conclusion that it's yellow. I don't know why my layouts or I feel like orange just looks better than yellow. But you know, because I only like certain shades of yellow, like mustard yellow. Yellow would not look good in a layout, or at least not a Twitch layout. So orange it is, because I feel like it's the next best thing. Um, what did I just click? Okay, I don't think I broke anything. I remember one time I accidentally ended stream because I clicked the button on accident. That was yeah. Um, if your pet could talk, what would they say about you? Oh my god, wait, I don't even think I have pictures of my dog on my phone. First mankind. I really don't think I do. I used to, and I don't know what happened to it. At least I didn't. I don't have it in the folder that it used to be in. It might still be on my phone. Oh man, I forgot. I was gonna tweet a tweet, like a special tweet, but it's too late now. For my going live tweet, but whatever. Okay, where is the picture of my dog? Where is? Here he is. Let's also go and do not disturb because you never know. Oh wait, it's kind of hard to say. Oh, I should probably turn down my brightness. I don't think he'll be able to see it like that. I'll turn it up a little bit more. Oh man, the reflection. Okay, you can kind of see him. He's a boxer. Um, he's a sweetheart. Just not in that picture. I don't know why. I think I upset him. What's your? Oh, you know what I should do? Okay, let's do MB. What is it? MBTI. Let's do that. I always get INFP, but we'll see what we get this time. I know you're not supposed to do the. You're not supposed to do 16 personalities. I think. Is this the first? Do I have to pay for this one? My God, my nose is itching. Where do I take it? Take it. I don't have to pay for this, right? Please tell me I don't have to pay for this. I'm just gonna do 16 personalities because I know that's free. Even though it's not accurate, it's like who actually cares? Okay. This isn't set up yet, so excuse me. I set up. Should I go on? Can I even go on full screen? I can. Okay, this is safe. Okay. Oh my god, I love this song. Okay. Okay. It's cropped, but that's because I didn't ever want like extra stuff to pop up, but it's fine. Loving is easy. Okay. You regularly make new friends. Also, why I'm right here. I would say slightly agree. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various. I should put this in front of me. Oh my god, I didn't mean to click that. Hold on. And it didn't take forever to find it. I was all on my own, almost glad to be alone until love came in. Okay. Anyways, you spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. I'll slightly agree that. I feel like these questions change hello. Seeing other people cry can easily make you feel like you want to cry too. I strongly agree with that. You often make a false. Sorry. I know I don't do that. I don't even make backup plans, but it's fine. You usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people, and most, yeah. I should probably finish reading them before answering and clicking. I feel like that's not what good entertainers do. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another. I have a lot of unfinished things existing. You are very sentimental. Yeah, I guess. What is this? Agree. What is this one? Very agree. Strongly agree. Okay, you like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. I'll slightly agree that. Even one mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. Mm, not for a long period of time, most likely, but for the day, maybe. You feel comfortable, just no. Um, well, I'll go with disagree, I guess. I don't strongly disagree. Maybe it depends on the person and why. You are not too interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative works. I would slightly disagree with that. It depends. Like, it depends. These are very broad questions. I know the song. Okay. You are more inclined to follow. Oh, you know what song I want to put in here? Hold on. I like this one a lot. Hey, is Love to You free? Just asking. Because there's a few songs I like. So, I'm gonna just put them in here. And if I get the MCA, you know, it happens. It to you. I like One Day. One Day's a good song. I haven't listened to the new album actually. Because, you know, I really just, you know, I listen when I listen. There's only 4 songs in the EP? And Are You Alright? Really? I thought there were like 6 at least. Oh, well. Okay, let's put OBS back on the top. Okay. You are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Am I? I don't know. I guess I would go with disagree. I feel like I act with my emotions a lot more. Maybe not. Well, yeah, a lot more. You usually prefer just doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. I don't know. I like both. I just am bad at planning routines. It's not that I prefer not to. It's just I'm bad at it. What would I pick here? I'll go with disagree because it's not me avoiding it, I guess. You rarely worry about whether you make a good impression on the people you meet. I disagree with that. Okay. You enjoy participating in group activities. It depends on what the activity is, but I'll go with agree. You like books and movies that make you come up with your own interpretation of the ending? No, not really. I like definite endings. Even though I like interpreting. Because it's like, okay. I mean, I guess it could be agree. Because it's like, when I'm thinking of the question, I'm thinking of like an open-end movie where they don't say what happened. However, I feel like you can still say what happened and make your own interpretation. No? You get me? I like that. I don't like open-ended things. I don't know. I don't know. I'll go slightly disagree. Because I don't know what they mean by that. Your happiness comes first from I like. Why can't we have both? I get. No, I would slightly disagree with that. I mean, I guess like you can still be proud of yourself, but it's like one or the other. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm gonna skip. I feel like I would even go with disagree more than that, but slightly disagree. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, you are interested in so many things that you find it difficult to choose what to try next. I would disagree with this. I've only been like solid with like 2 different things, which is streaming and you gave it content creation and music. You are prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Like it depends. These are hard. You avoid leadership roles in group settings. I would actually kind of disagree with that. You are you think the world would be a better place if people were like I feel like I kind of had a big head when I answered that. Whoopsies. Um you think the world would be a better place if less on their feelings? I kind of disagree with this cuz it's like, that's not how people work. Like we're not wired like that, you know? You prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. I disagree with that. Anyways, maybe it's because I'm a teen. What type of question is this? Are there people who say agree to that? I mean, I feel like it depends on what the argument's about. I feel like it's more annoying than like funny most of the time. Though. It's more like annoying or stressful. I would feel like. I don't think anyone would agree to that, right? I want to say strongly this because sometimes it can be funny, but like, or is it serious arguing or like jokingly arguing? It depends. Um, you tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. I also, right there, I guess. Your mood can change very quickly. I would agree with that. Okay. I kind of don't want to listen to this. How long is this one? Okay, it's kind of long. We're not halfway through. I don't want to listen to this. You take great care to not make people look bad, even when it is completely their fault. Uh, do I? I don't know. I'm not conscious of how people perceive me. Um, Slightly agree because it makes me feel good. I don't know if that's a good thing actually. Maybe it's a bad thing. Depends on the person or how you perceive it. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. I agree strongly with that. Whenever someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it will. No, I don't actually. Funnily enough, well, I just learned how to play this on ukulele today. Actually, you will love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Would I? Yeah, maybe not love. I would enjoy it. I would agree with that. I mean, it's probably the same thing. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? Do I? No, I don't. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate spaces. I actually agree. That's why I want to live in the city eventually. At first, no, I don't. No one does. Come on now. That's a ridiculous statement to say. You often feel very or I just added that word in. You often feel overwhelmed. No, actually. This makes me feel better about myself. You complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. No, I don't. Do I? No, I don't. Wait, did I read this right? You complete things methodically. Yeah, disagree. You're very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Not really. Not really, to be honest. Um, I mean, not intrigued. And it depends. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are really broad. Like, things like what do we mean by controversial? Like drama in like communities or like big controversial things. What do we mean by that? Those are two very different things. Um, I guess I'll go with slightly agree then. That was a big jump. Anyways, you would pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed it more. Would I? Would I really like? Would I really? Because I would want to say I would, but would I? Like, would I actually do it when it comes down to it? Oh. If it's a good opportunity and I think someone else needs it more, are they equipped to do good with it? That's the question. That is a question. Oh, also I have a boba, like, you can't really see it, but there's a boba keychain on this. I don't know. I feel like I have to pick neutral on that one, because it really depends. You struggle with deadlines? Yeah. You feel confident that things will work out for you? I do. I'm really optimistic. Other. Oh, it determines my result? Oh my god, what is mine gonna look like? I'm excited. Okay. Oh, my monitor just turned on. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, my thing finally changed. I'm in ISFP now. T, whatever that means. Okay. Oh my god, now I have to go around telling everyone this. I always said INFP because that's what I always got, but it changed today. Guess I've evolved as a person. Okay, so mind, how we interact with our environment. I'm 62% introverted. What a surprise. I'm not streaming by myself right now. This trait shows where we direct our mental energy. Observant, intuitive. Because I know what that means. Okay, next, nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. Oh, stream's like it doesn't look like that in OBS, but it does on Twitch, which is interesting. Um okay, so I do wait, did I read this already? Yeah. No, I didn't. Okay. So we're 53% feeling and 47% thinking. I feel like that's accurate enough. Tactics. 74% prospecting and 26% judging. I don't think that's a good thing, but it's probably accurate because I do not plan. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. 56% turbulent and 44% assertive. I don't know what that means still. Okay. Nothings. Okay, so I'm an ISFP. Okay. Let's read. Let's psychoanalyze myself right now. Bob Dylan? Who's that? Is that that's not Bob Ross. His name he would probably be listed as Bob Ross, you know? Okay, introduction. I change during the course of a day. I wake and I'm one person. When I go to sleep, I know for sure that I'm somebody else. Okay, adventurers are true artists, although not necessarily in the conventional sense. For this personality type, life itself is a canvas for self-expression. From what they wear to how they spend their free time, adventurers act in a way that vividly reflect who they are as unique individuals. I agree with that. I don't know. I agreed with everything that told me I was an INFP, and look at me now. Um, every adventurer is certainly unique, driven by curiosity and eager to try new things. People with this personality often have a fascinating array of passions and interests. With their exploratory spirits and their ability to find joy in everyday life, adventurers can be among the most interesting people you'll ever meet. The only irony, unassuming and humble, adventurers try to see themselves as just doing their own thing, so they may not realize how remarkable they really are. This is my ego, you know? Okay, anyways, sorry. The beauty of an open mind. Adventurers embrace a flexible, adaptable approach to life. Some personality types thrive on strict schedules and routines, but not adventurers. Adventurers take each day as it comes, doing what feels right to them in the moment, and they make sure to leave plenty of room in their lives for the unexpected, with the result that many of their most cherished memories are spontaneous, spur of the moment outings and adventures, whether by themselves or with their loved ones. Yeah, I'll agree with that. Um, this flexible mindset makes adventurers remarkably tolerant and open-minded. These personalities genuinely love living in a world full of all kinds of people, even people who disagree with them or choose radically different lifestyles. I'm not sure how much I agree with that actually. I feel like everyone should be like me. Might be a problematic statement. Slash not serious. Um, it's no surprise then that adventurers are unusually unopen. Oh my god, I'm reading this backwards. Are unusually open to changing their minds and rethinking their opinions. I can agree with that. I can change my mind and rethink my opinions. I did that recently. I'm really proud of myself for that. If any personality type believes in giving something or someone a second chance, it's adventurous. I will agree with that, I guess. Not because I'm a giving person, because I don't know how to say no to people. god, another essay. Oh, it's really not that long, but I'm not gonna. Ooh, parenthood. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, I really don't feel like reading this much. Career paths. Is there like a bullet point list for this? No. Well, workplace habits. Um, stubborn. Okay, conclusion. Because this is really long. Um. Okay. Sorry. I actually suddenly don't want to read. Scene switch. Scene switch. Where is it at? Where is it? Oh, I'm looking at literally the entirely wrong section. My bad. I really like this song. I have I painted a CD based on this. Hold on. Okay. It's not going off, so I really can't show you. But it looks nice, I guess. I messed up on it, and you can see like the paint. Um. Okay, is it ukulele time? I guess. Is it ukulele time? I think so. I think so. Okay, here. I've literally shut this ukulele off so many times. But here, I got the Tebo ukulele, which is my life savings. I've literally haven't had money since that. That's a joke. Is it though? Um, I have. I have. I don't know if it's tuned. I didn't know that it was tuned. I played it today. I don't know how well tuned it is though. But it's tuned, I think. Doom, doom. Do we want to play it? Actually, I'm not even sure that my microphone picks it up. Hold on. Oh, it does. Oh my god. That's interesting. Okay. I just. Okay. It's no cause for concern. Okay. I really like, or okay, I like playing Jubilee Line, but that song's a little sad. So instead, we're gonna play Losing Face because that's a really okay. Let's start with your new boyfriend, I guess. Um, I don't know how to do the riff. I never know how to do any riffs. Oops. That was one fret too high. Anyways, I don't even know. Can you hear this like one note? Okay, you can. Should I point it down more so you see, oh, you can see the floor? This is really high now. Okay. I can't concentrate. Hold on. I need a second to recover. I can't really play ukulele right away. I'm shy. You know what I want? I really want a stream deck. Too bad I'm not rich. I literally have a full size keyboard though. Like I can really just use the number pad, which I do, but it's not the same. And I really don't even have desk space for a stream deck anyway. So it's like, you know what I do want? A guitar. I want an electric guitar, and an acoustic guitar and a bass. You know, I kind of want them all, but I kind of want an acoustic guitar first. But yeah, acoustic guitars are the cheapest, I think, anyways. So makes sense. I have a Hello Kitty guitar that's missing a string, but it's not the same. I want a wooden guitar. It looked like I was rolling my eyes, but I promise I wasn't. It's no cause for concern. Should we just play Jubilee Line? Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Do you think there's an acapella version of Your New Boyfriend? You know, I actually did want a new way to play. This is so much better, and it's probably gonna sound better too. That's how I'm playing E minor from now on. Okay, so when I played it, it would always sound so off. Cause okay, well it sounds fine now, but whatever. Oops, I always do that. I have not listened to this song or even played the song in a long time. That's surreal. It's not surreal. I really could not care less. I do want to move this here though. I could do auto scroll, but I think it's kind of funnier to just not. But he's in your bed, I'm in your Twitch chat. Ew, I didn't like that. Come on, there's something in my throat. Okay, but he's in your bed, I'm in your Twitch chat. I've got the key and he's just a doormat. And even though he's got social skills, doesn't mean I can pay the bills. Really make the most of him, cause she moves on pretty bloody quick. Go your new boyfriend said, hey, that's a bad word. Anyways, I have to scroll. Hold on. Woo! Oh, wait. Hold on. Try again. Woo! That chord change was really weird. Yeah, I met Jared. Of course, I met Jared. When I took you away from me, I hit it off instantly. I know that you won't stop telling me. Seen his shoulder on shoulders and muscles pushed against his fashion sense. I thought about what you see. Okay, that's what I meant. The E minor sounds weird there. I thought about what it looks like you. Okay, though. Hold on. I have to scroll, but you're not supposed to pause at this part, so it's kind of upsetting. But it's fine. But she's living the dream, living the dream, living the dream. Oh, she's living the dream. From back when we were 17, she's living the dream, living the dream, living the dream. Oh, she's living the dream. Huh. That E minor sounded really weird. Hold on. There we go. How does it go? She's living the dream from back when we were 17. How on earth can I be safe when I'm one click? Ew! It's supposed to be a strum, but I feel like it should just be one strum instead of like multiple. How on earth can I be safe when I'm one click away from insane? That sounded better. I just think that I deserve a little bit of what I earned. I'm not gonna make another scene. The one I made when I was 23. Because I'm not allowed in Disney World. Ew, that C did not hit right. But he's in your bed, I'm in your Twitch chat. I've got the key and he's just a doormat. And even though he's got social skills, doesn't mean I can pay the bills. Anyway, make the most of him, cause he moves on pretty quick. Oh, I didn't sing that right. And your new boyfriend said, he's a very nice and polite guy. Cause you're beauty and your grace. Your telephone calls are my favorite place, and I want you to notice me with no restraining order. Please send through. I can't take myself seriously. I want you to care. I want to know your wrong note. I meant to go to a G, and for some reason my mind went to a C. Anyways, what song next? Oh my god, I forgot how much I love and adore playing ukulele. Since I saw Vienna, that's like the one song I can play, sadly. I think the first song I learned was Saline Solution, probably. I think this time I'm dying. I can actually play this one by memory. I hear my little brother playing Terrificat. Anyways, anyways, Saline Solution lyrics. I know how Lovejoy. Is there a Lovejoy version of Saline Solution? I don't think so, right? Okay. Um, Saline Solution next. Is that what we're doing? Okay, let's even see if I actually remember this. I think this time I'm done. Oh, there's a weird strumming, but at least I can't play it. I think this time I can play it, but not while singing. I think this time I clicked the A on accident. I'm melodramatic. Ew, that's too slow. Oh my god, I'm messing up so badly. I'm throwing. I'm throwing. I think this time I think that sounded out of tune. Hold on. I'm gonna tune my ukulele real quick. Let's put the music back on while we wait. Ukulele tuning. Know what you've become. Ah, yeah, that was really flat. I literally played that whole song flat. Don't you know I think you're the cat's me? Yeah, ow, ow, oh. Okay, anyway, okay, guess we have to restart the song because this whole yeah, that sounds tuned. Okay. Oh wait, I think this time. There we go. That sounds so much better. I think this time I think I've lost my. Man. Lost my. I think I've lost my. No! Oh my god, I actually was vibing. If I could just break one more. I really don't know what note this is after. Yeah, I mean that's not the right note, but it sounds fine. If I could just break. No, wrong. If I could just break. If I could just. Is it a C? If I could just more. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. If I could just break one more night, maybe I. Oop, I stopped. I stopped the chord too early. My bad. Maybe I could wake up and feel alright. I strummed that too fast. It's okay though. I optimistically set alarm clock serves only to mock me with flashing I think I made my choice. Ah! Whoa, I almost just got really angry. I really like that part. If I could just break one more night, and then funnily enough, I hate the part after it because that whole slow part completely throws off my strumming pattern, and it's not right. Your sister was right. I forgot how to play this song actually. I learned how to play this one by ear, and I was like, wow, this tap has literally the exact same thing I just said. Oh wow, this is really easy. Oh, I messed up. The strumming. I hit the keyboard. I mean keychain. Sorry. The strumming pattern is really easy. I immediately messes up. Wow, guys, aren't I so smart? I'm just like the best. Am I still streaming? I'm still live. Excellent. Okay. Um. Oh, this one goes to a 3. Okay. Up. Up. 4, 3, 2. 3, 2. Oh, they want me to do that the whole. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding. No, they want me to do. I mean, it's not literally. It's literally not the hardest. Um. I thought. No, that's not. I thought. I thought. No, I literally can't do that. Try as I might. Um. Can we go? Oh, this one literally tells me what to do. Oh, this one's different though. This one is 756. 7 is right here. 5. Ew. No, it's 765. I just can't read. Okay. Ew. I don't like how that sounds. Sorry. Both of them sounded off, but who am I to judge? Okay, let's go to the chords, I guess, because I don't really like the ukulele section. It's like shopping. Oh, let's put the music back on while we lurk. Look. I mean, I guess lurk is still correct in this context, but is it though? Ooh, I had to burp. Okay, I literally found it immediately after. Sorry. Hope no one likes that song. I thought I couldn't love anymore. Turns out I can't for the same reasons as before. I use every word every I can't find the perfect. Ew, I'm really off. Sorry. Uh, I use every word every. Yep, it's so weird. I can't find. I can't. I can't find, I can't find the perfect match. You still sign off while I ostracize the ones who love me. On the path of leaves, distance, I find myself sculpting the earth every time that I miss you. I feel the way you hurt, and I don't deserve you. You deserve the world, though it feels like we were built from the same dirt. I have to scroll. Oh, I hate to say it, but your sister was right. Don't trust English boys with far too much free time. I hate to say it, but your sister was right. I'm nothing but a problem, leave you crying overnight. I hate to say it, but your sister was right. I can't focus on the future, only my short side. I hate to say it, but your sister was right. I'm a waker, those were wrong chords that the website told me to play. To be clear, they were wrong, but that's okay, because I'm a forgiving person. I don't hold grudges. You know what song I should play? What's that one stereotypical, not stereotypical, that's not the right word. Cliche is a better word. Ukulele song? Let's see. Let's go to ukulele and A at Riptide. Okay. I couldn't think of the name. I don't remember how this song goes by heart. But you know, sometimes you just gotta pretend you know what you're doing when you don't. Don't treat me like I have rabies. I only wanna. Is there a ukulele tag? Any ukulele truthers? No, there's not. Oh wait, no, I spelled it wrong. I mean, there's still not a tag for it. Okay, A minor G C. A minor G C. I don't remember how it goes. That's not right. But I know how it goes when you start singing. I don't know how the intro goes though. I was scared of death in the dark. I was scared of pretty girls that starting conversations. So all my friends are turning green. You're the magician's assistant in their dreams. They got stuck. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got love in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. There's this movie that I think you'll like. This guy decides to quit his job and heads to New York City. This cowboy's running from himself, and she's been living on the highest shelf. They come unstuck. I'm taking my earbud out. Lady, running down to the riptide, taking my way to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand. I love you when you're singing that song, and I got lump in my throat, 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. I don't know what that solo is, but I know how it goes. I don't know if that's how it goes. Anyways, moving on. I just wanna know if you're gonna stay. I just gotta gotta know. I can't have it, I can't have it. I put that one right down. Any other way, I swear she's destined for the screen. Closest thing to Michelle Pfeiffer that you've ever seen. No, lady, running down to the left side, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love you when you sing that song. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love you when you're singing this song. Yeah, I got a lump in my throat 'cause you're gonna sing the words wrong. Oh, lady, running down to the riptide, taking away to the dark side. I wanna be your left hand man. I love you when you're singing this song. Yeah, I got up and you're gonna sing the words. Oh my god, that's not fair. The song loops over itself, and I literally cannot physically sing both of them. I realized as I was singing, I was like, ah. Anytime, Mister. Nah. No, I almost switched to it. Hey, sister. Anytime, Mister. Ah, I see what I'm doing now. I mean, I don't think it is gonna help to fix the problem. Hey, sister. Anytime, Mister. On the radio, stereo, the way you move, hey, clear. Yeah, no, there's no way. The song is too fast, and they want me to switch chords like every 3 seconds, which would be fine if it wasn't me. Um, well, you done me, and you bet I felt it. I tried to be a just so hot that it melted. I fell right through the cracks, and now I'm trying to get back before the cool down. I'll be giving it my best, and nothing's gonna stop me with divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't. Oopsies, I messed up. Sorry, my thing went against my keychain, and then it sounded weird. But I won't hesitate no more. Yeah, that sounded weird. Sorry, but I won't hesitate no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Oh, I'm yours. Okay. Look at there. I forgot how the song goes. I'm not gonna lie. How does this? How does this song go? I'm sure. See like me. Okay, going back to playing. To show you that I love you so. Okay. Don't you know I think of the cats me out. Oh. Let's see if I remember these. Actually, is there another way to play E7? No. I mean, there is, but they're all ridiculously high, and I'm not gonna change so fast. Um. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Okay. Life and death, life and death, and love and birthday. Is there anything that's worth more than peace and love on a planet Earth? Whoa. Almost. Come on, sing it with me. The words are made to the key. If it's a pattern, if it's a pattern, then just repeat after me. Yep, I sung that weird. Life and death and life and birth. Life and death and life and birth. Now you sing. Me fa, me fa, me ti la. I never learned this. And peace and war on the planet Earth. Ooh, as it was, I like the song. You know, it's not the same as it was. I actually don't know the other words to the song. You know, it's not the same as it was. Do, do, do. I don't listen to Harry Styles, to be honest. But I like that song. Music. Howl's Moving Castle, Merry-Go-Round of Life. I would assume it's gonna be similar, at least. Okay, hold on. Oopsies. I clicked so. Ah, sorry. Okay, I see, I see. That's a. I messed up. 533, 533. 322. 112. Okay, this song is gonna take me a long time to learn. Sorry. Um, all I am is a man. I want the world. Still Trey on the ukulele. Wait, I'm kind of interested. 1113. This is really low. Well, okay, this is boring. I mean, I hear it though. Uh, fly me to the, fly me to the moon, and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Absorb your powers. Get it, catch me. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh. Fly me to the moon again. Oh. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, I have to learn how to play this on ukulele. Okay. Wow, I did it. Anyways, I really like the song, but I don't really want to mispronounce anything. It's like my worst fear. Oh my god, dear Theodosia. Hold on, I have to I have to try. I would not be mute. Hold on, I'm gonna mute my mic though, because that would be sorely embarrassing if I miss seeing this. Mute. Yeah, this song is not meant to be played on ukulele. There's this video capture device. What is this? I thought this was my camera. Is it not? Oh, it's because the camera doesn't. I don't think this camera has a it doesn't have a mic, but that is what that is. I think. Okay, I am unmuted, right? Just to be clear. Yeah. Okay, I am. Okay. Oh, what time is it? I'm just streaming for an hour. You think we could go for 2 hours? My God, I'm so lonely. So I open the window to hear sound. You guys know what I've been obsessed with? I've been obsessed with Sims recently. Oh my God. You don't understand. I accidentally closed Chrome and now my Twitch tab isn't open again. So I have to reopen it. Because imagine if I wasn't streaming this whole time. Haha, that would be funny, wouldn't it? Loretta. Loretta. I'm on the wrong thing. Oh wow, I dropped a lot of frames earlier too. It's always when I'm not looking. It's plotting against me. How were we supposed to carry on? How do I change this so I can read the names of these? I literally don't even know what these symbols mean. I'm sorry. Oh, it's gone. Oh, my thing is broken. I'm gonna have to pause the music. Yeah, okay, hold on one sec. Okay. Oh, it's still broken. It didn't help. Oh, okay, let's is Twitch not muted? It's Twitch, yeah. Okay, hold on. I don't know what that is. Is it gonna fix itself now? Let's behave. Okay, it is muted. Um, creator dashboard, stream manager. Okay, that is muted. Okay. Okay, we're fine. I did drop. Okay, I guess I can. Okay. How were we supposed to carry on? Okay, let's see. I really don't know what to do. Okay, let's see. Should I play Minecraft? I don't even have a Minecraft scene anymore. I literally deleted it. Sorry, I'm a fake fan. I wasn't planning on playing my. Oh, I could show you guys my creative world that I was working on. I don't even think any of the mods are downloaded anymore, but I still want to go on it. I've also been playing Terra Swoop Force. Let's make the Minecraft scene. Craft. Oh, okay. Hold on. It's gonna be like gone. Oh my God. Sorry. No. I can't play Minecraft. I can't. I forgot how many frames I drop and how much I lag when I try to open Minecraft. It's off the table. That's why I try to only play Minecraft when that's like what I'm supposed to be doing. Otherwise, that happens. I saw myself lagging. It was terrifying. God, dude, who is all streaming right now? Boom. Boom. No one I know, actually. I mean, there's a few people I know, but like, I think actually a lot of people stopped streaming, just like me. I'm not quitting streaming. I'm just not streaming as much. It's tiring. Admittedly. Wrong phone. Yeah, I have two phones. That was really embarrassing. Sorry, guys. Okay, time to make tier list because I'm really creative and original. Tier list creator. Um. I really love this song. This is like one of my favorite songs. It's no. Oh wait, is it loud enough? Probably. Hopefully. I could check, but why would I? I'm the streamer. It's not my responsibility if the viewer doesn't have a positive experience. Slash sarcastic. Hey, thank you for the raid, Looney Loser. Thanks. I hope you had a good stream. I'm making a tier list right now. Yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Thanks for the raid. I appreciate it a lot. I'm actually coming back to streaming. I actually don't know if you're someone who rebranded or not. So I'm gonna check. Or if I don't know you. I don't know which one it is. But thanks for the raid. Oh, Ember! I know you. Yeah, thanks for the raid though. I know a lot of people rebranded, so I don't know anymore. Yeah, I'm on tier list maker, except I'm not sharing my screen because I'm a good streamer. You know? I think when the raid came in, I was being really sarcastic. Concert. I like this song. You guys missed me being amazing and playing ukulele, but that's okay. I think. Oh wait, no, it's right here. I don't think I'm gonna play it again though. But I got the tuba ukulele. It's like my biggest. And I didn't bring my saxophone home from school because I didn't feel like practicing. Oh, stream's lagging. My forte because I love chocolate. It doesn't have Lindt chocolate though, so it's not valid. Candy bars tier list. Okay, I guess it's slightly acceptable. Okay. Ooh, I have to sneeze, but I'm not going to. I'm strong. Okay. Candy bars tier list. F11. Full screen. No private info. I think everything's fine. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of quiet. Should I put my mic closer? Is this too loud? I think, let's back away a little bit. I feel like I'm loud. Okay, okay. I don't remember what these taste like, so they're mid. Because if they were good, I would remember. I love Milky Way. I feel like I should be elaborating. I like the song, but I'm gonna skip it, because it's not really fitting the vibe. You know, I need high energy songs. We're also gonna turn it up, because it's not loud enough for me. But I'm gonna turn it down for you guys. I can be myself and I. Okay, Baby Ruth, I don't remember what they taste like, so clearly they're not that good. That's all the explanation you need. Milky Way, they're so good. Literally so good. Like, I don't remember the last time I had a Milky Way, but they're unreasonably good. Like, delicious. Okay. What is this, Kit Kat? They're good, but are they that good? No. That's all the reasoning I need. You know what? I suddenly don't feel like doing this anymore, so I'm not going to. I know somebody. I really want to do a karaoke stream, and I feel like there's a few songs that you could do once you. Forever, what about me? I also want to make new emotes because currently I hate the one I have. Oh, I have Twitch's free emotes. I don't know how long that's been a thing, but yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Wait, hold on. I want to open Twitch bigger for me because I want to see all of the emotes I have. Hi, I hope you have a great stream. Thank you. I hope you did have a good stream. Thanks for the raid once again. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, are these the only ones I have? Oh, yeah, I literally hate the love emote I have. I'm actually gonna remove it probably. I don't know. I feel like the colors are so... They don't fit. I feel like they're too dark. I don't really like... I'm not vibing with it, to be honest. 715. Couple... What night? I'm gonna need advice. Thanks for the follow, too! You're so kind. I'm in love, and she re-entered my life. Okay. My emotions, I can't get hurt again. This song is literally, so good. Face my fears. I guess that it's time that I tried these tears. What if I play Crab Game? Crab Game. I could also play Sims. I could make a Sim. Do I want to though? Because if I make a Sim, I'm gonna be here for a lot more hours. And I don't have a scene for Sims. But I could. But do I want to? These are hard questions. Then why should I continue in this life? Okay, what do I want to do? Among Us? I don't even have an Among Us scene anymore. Jeez. Okay, what do I do? I have the forest. I think that's scary to play alone though. I mean, it's fun, but only with people, I think. I don't even think I don't have a scene for that anymore either. I've deleted a lot before streaming, and now I think I'm just stuck, to be honest. I have starting soon, just chatting, YouTube, Genshin, or YouTube is literally anything on Chrome. Genshin, BRB, and in full screen. Why am I not in full screen mode? What is full screen more for, if not just chatting? Because I have this. And you would think this is just chatting. But when I'm just chatting, I want a chat on my screen. So what is full screen for? Why do I need full screen? Is it like when I'm making fun of something? What happens to... Oh, F is full screen. Interesting. Is J just chatting then? It is. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? Listen. I'm just here. Physically. Maybe not mentally, but I'm here. And that's what counts. Oh my god, it's hot in my room, okay? Maybe it's because I'm wearing a black sweater. Who knows? Anyways, oh, I kind of want to play Genshin. But I also don't. But I do, but I don't. What should I play? Cool math games. We're gonna play cool math games. I don't think there's a cool math games category on Twitch, so I'm gonna stay in just chatting. Honestly, cool math games, like, what's the point? It doesn't have Papa's games anymore. What else am I going on this website for? Allow ads or join. No. I'm sure I can find the game somewhere else. Run 3. I'm sure I don't. There's like no way I have to turn off my ad blocker for this. See, look, I found it. You're not getting my money. It's not because I don't want to support you, I promise. It's because I don't want to risk leaking info. It's not personal, I promise. I thought I just got rickrolled. Oh my god. Sorry. Hello? Is this broken? Is it actually? Hello? What's going on? It is. I see. Okay, run 3 online. Oh my god, I probably just might have leaked some info, but it's okay. Moving on. Oh, please load faster. I just want to play Run 3. What will I do without Run 3? I've not played this game in a while. I can play 2048. I could play 2048. I got really close last time. I was halfway there. I don't know. What's the world average? Also, this is really unrelated, but I'm looking at my desk, and I dusted it off earlier, and I'm really happy. Can't wait to do that next week. How often does a person normally dust their desk? This is, ooh, Explore mode, Infinite mode. Let's do it. Hold on. I also want this full screen. Okay. Back to the, oh my god, okay, you're just not even letting me breathe. Okay, that's okay. I promise. I forgive you. Okay. This is just chatting. You know, there probably is a category for round three. Maybe not. Maybe not cool math games, but I'm sure there's one for round three, and I might get banned because I don't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna switch. What we doing? We're playing run three. Also, hey, Keanu. Hey, welcome, welcome. Playing run three because because I'm bored and I don't know what to do. I don't really feel like playing Minecraft. Um, I don't have a Minecraft scene anymore, do I? Wow, I'm gonna have to fix that after stream. I don't know when I'm gonna stream again. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe next Saturday. Am I doing anything next Saturday? Horror games? Oh, I thought it was gonna pause when I clicked that. Horror games? Do we want to? Okay, I guess. I'm not against it. Well, I am. Okay. I'm subject to peer pressure, so hey, who am I to say no? I am but a weak individual. Five Nights at Freddy's. It is. I don't have a scene for this. What? Oh wait, if I click studio mode, does that work? We haven't. We're still. Okay, we are still. Oh my god! I can literally make scenes like this. I didn't know that. Okay. Window capture. 5 nights. Okay, hold on. I'm really slow because I haven't done this in a long time. Excuse me. Okay, this is gonna be really loud at first. I do apologize. What's Oh my god! I thought I wasn't streaming. That was kind of scary. Why is Five Nights at Freddy's not open? Oh my god! Why am I doing this? I don't even like horror games. Okay, I forgot that this breaks literally everything on my game. Okay, I clicked out, but you know, oh, I have to choose game capture. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, this is so stressful. I forgot how to be. I forgot how to be a streamer. Five Nights. Capture specific window. Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay. Okay, stretch the screen. I'm not ready for this, bro. I literally am not. I hate horror games so much. Okay, I also have to add my camera. Video capture device. Add existing. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to resize it. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay, let me just add my mic and then I'll set it up like while I transition because it's like, what's the point? Oh, 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 this is taking ridiculously long. Okay, I can transition. Boom. I think I just cut the transition off. My bad. Okay, I really don't like facing this way. How do I flip this? It's not 90, it's 180. Oh, well, it's not 180 degrees. I'm upside down. Okay. I have to flip it vertical, I think. No, I have to flip it horizontal. I know what I'm doing, guys. Don't worry. Okay, and now we click Alt, right? Yeah, and we cut these. I feel like this is a little small. No, this is normal, I think. And we make myself bigger? Is this too big? I can't tell because I have no perception. Okay, where's my... Oh my god, I closed Chrome again. Okay, sorry. Oh my god, and I misspelled Twitch. Everything's going wrong. Oh my god. It's really not that serious. Okay, this is a fine size. This is literally fine. Okay. Oh, maybe if I read chat, I would know. Hey. What? What was I gonna do? Okay, I can close Spotify. There was something else. I don't remember what though. Oh well. Um. Ah. Why is it just a white box? Can it like actually pop up? I hear it, but it's not here. You can like see the mouse. Oh, it's broken. It's broken. Okay, let's do this again. Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh my god. Okay, the starting screen's already. Oh, let's move this a little bit. Hold on. Why does Five Nights at Freddy's break every time I tab out? Okay, night four. Should we start from that? Oh, right. I was gonna change my category. Okay, five. Okay, I have like five jump scares in me. Why am I doing this? I hate horror games so much. I literally don't understand why anyone would willingly sit here and play this. I don't understand why I'm sitting here and playing. Oh my god. I don't even remember the controls. I have my hands on WASD, like I can move in this game. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I do not remember how. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Chica's already gone. Okay, I forgot how to play it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Nope. Sorry. I'm going to start from night one. I have decided. Okay, sorry. I didn't realize escape was the quit button. I thought new game. Okay. I can do this. Listen. I'm brave. First night. That was a little scary. It really like why it was like I'm gonna get some snacks. You do that. It was like 2 seconds and then I got jumped. Okay, I think I can at least listen to this, right? I don't think I have to open up the camera. Why am I losing power already? How am I already at 98%? I just got here. Hello.
Hello? Hello?
I don't want to mute the call because I want to know when it's over.
To help you get settled in on your first night.
Okay.
I actually worked in that office before you. I'm finishing up my
Wait,
last
what am I supposed to click for the noise? Ah, there it is.
Overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you there's nothing to worry about.
Go back to when I got jump scared by Golden Freddy. Never did. I thought I just saw something outside my window. That was mildly scary.
Let's see. First,
I'm already at 94%.
from the company that I'm supposed to read.
Oh.
It's kind of a legal thing, you know. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property.
No, they are not. They're both still there, or all. Three. It's three. It's not both. Okay, I need water, and I don't have water on my desk for like the first time ever.
Now that might sound bad, I know.
I wasn't listening. I have no clue what you just said.
The animatronic characters here do get a bit
quirky at night. Me too.
No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children, and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander.
Oh my god, I'm at 88%. I literally okay, I have been checking the cameras a little much.
Something about their servos.
Okay, this is like actually ridiculous though. Like it's 1 a.m. and I've lost 10%. Look at it! It's like going down so fast. Like that's.
It's amazing that the human body can live with.
I need to stop checking. At least like the first night, I know I'm good. I think I got past the first night without dying, right? Maybe not.
If any, is the fact that these characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a
Watch for Bonnie the most. Yeah.
Without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's,
Hey Tawny.
they'll probably
Okay, I'm not ready though.
forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit. Now that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcefully pressed inside
Okay,
one of those
you know what? I'm
causes a
feeling
bit
for
of
now.
discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again would be your eyeballs and teeth that pop out the front of the mask.
Why are you laughing? Like that's funny.
But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely absolutely necessary.
Don't tell me what to do.
Conserve power.
It's only 2 a.m.
Okay.
And oh my god, please don't leave me. Please don't leave me. Don't leave, it's my fault. Like the Tyler the Creator song. Don't leave. It's my... Okay, you know what? I think I can go a little while without checking cameras, okay? I think I just need to check the lights a decent amount, and I'll be fine. And I only need to really check the... I mean, I should probably check the... I am unbelievably scared right now. This is kind of ridiculous. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I should stop checking the cameras, because, you know, can't die. These drawings are cute. These are like the aesthetic smiley faces that people do now, because people don't like circles anymore. No to geometric shapes. Cake. Freddy. With like a Minecraft character though. Me. His handwriting is really good. Oddly good. All of them. Oh, maybe they're stickers. I feel like that makes more sense. Okay, none of them are moving. How nice. Okay, this cupcake. This doesn't make logical sense, but I'm going to allow it because it calms my nerves. Can I turn the fan off? Like... Uh-oh. I heard something, but nothing happened. I have popcorn. I actually hate popcorn, but hey, listen, it's not gonna be entertaining. I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Okay, that was literally unnecessary for me to turn. Where's he? Where is he? Wait, hold on. Is he right here? Hey, bro. Stop dumbing. Sorry, I don't feel safe or secure right now. Uh-oh, someone else is moving. How unkind. I'm feeling a little bit disturbed, actually. Okay, I should check on Chica. Chica's still here. That's why I love her and hate Bonnie. Bonnie's still here. I know this door isn't supposed to be closed if they're not actually here. But I have 57 power. And it's 4 a.m. There's no way I die. I mean, technically, I'm sure it's possible. But, you know? Oh my god, is Chica here? Will I run out of power if I have both of these closed? How do I turn on the flashlight here? Guys, I'm really conserving power right now, can't you see? Okay. Is Bonnie gone? Bonnie, go away! Like, what is your issue? You know, it might be a little possible for me to die, to be honest. I am kind of using a lot of power. Bonnie, leave! Like, what is your issue? Open right door? Okay. You know what? I'm trusting you, okay? You would never let me die. Okay. Bonnie. Wait. Maybe Chica's in the kitchen. Oh, there she is. Okay, Chica. You know what? You're cute. Bonnie, leave. Like, are you bored? How is this entertaining? I'm on 34%. That is significantly less than when than like 10 seconds ago. I am getting a little worried. Okay, you know what? We're just not gonna touch anything else. What if I just stop playing this after? Like, in like 10 seconds. What if I just... Hey, Bonnie's gone. Where's Chica? Chica's still here. Bonnie's here. Do we think we can live if I open this? Okay, I'm only really worried about... Yeah, Chica's just chilling. 5 a.m. Yay. Okay, I just have to keep checking for Bonnie. I think I'll be fine. I did not mean to do that. There should be like a button for it instead of just swiping down. Uh-oh. 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 I don't know where he is. but oh wait, oh wait, Chica's in the kitchen. I just heard her. Oh, Fox! Wait, it's night one. Is he right here? Wait, where's Bonnie? Okay, okay. Foxy did unnerve me a little, you know. It's night one. Let's maybe pipe down. Just a thought, you know. I think we could chill a little bit. I think we can afford it. Um, hey, Chica. I don't know where you are, but you're scaring me. Oh my god. I'm done also. Just so we're clear. I think next time I stream, I'm gonna play this though, because it was kind of fun. I just, I just can't handle it 2 nights in a row though. Foxy scared me, left a sour taste in my mouth, and I decided that I'm done. Oh man, I really hope that saved. I didn't, I didn't think about that. But if it didn't, I'll just start on night 4 next time. Full screen. Let's full screen it, because I never used the scene, but now I have an excuse to. Okay. Yeah, I'm quitting because I am a quitter, and I'm not ashamed of that. I also don't have my thing. I'm gonna have to fix my OBS a lot because I deleted a lot of scenes, and I'm gonna have to fix a lot of things, and that's kind of upsetting because I really just don't feel like it, to be honest. Okay, creator dashboard. I have to check to see who's live because I want to raid someone. Wait, what was I checking? What was I checking? Oh, my thing's broken again. Okay. Okay, who's streaming? That's what I wanted to check. Okay. Let's see. I don't know. There's so many people, and I'm gonna feel bad if I choose one over the other. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys to Peachy. They are playing Val. I would play Val, but it takes up a lot of space. So yeah, hold on. Raid. Is it there? Is it there? Wait. Oh, how did I misspell that? Wait, what? Wait. Okay. Slash raid. I'm pretty sure I spelled it right. Hello? That's how you spell it. Is the raid started yet? Hello? Wait, what's going on? I'm literally so confused right now. Okay, okay, the raid is started. Okay, okay, okay. I need to exit out the tab because it's breaking my PC. Okay, join the raid. Peachy's cool. Valorant is cool. It literally only makes sense. Yeah, join the raid. Thanks for watching, guys. It's oddly silent, but that's because I closed out of Spotify already. Yeah, thanks for joining. I actually did miss streaming a lot, and it was really fun coming back. So yeah, thanks. I hate Five Nights at Freddy's. Can't wait to see you guys probably next week, you know? Oh, next week is almost. Oh, next week I'm gonna have to prep for finals, so we'll see how that goes. But it shouldn't be too long because summer's almost here. So I'll see you guys soon. Actually, yeah, thanks. I love ending streams. It's so wholesome, and then I feel like I want to cry because I really missed it. But yeah, anyways, bye.